Hello humans and any potential non-humans watching. Gita Rose here. Thank you for tuning in. So this week's video is a follow-up video to last week's video about facing our fears, doing things that give us the right kind of fear. So did I go to Sedona? No, I didn't. What? Crazy, I know. For me, this is a new kind of fear. I'm always the one that goes. Like I always go. I do. And I'm learning to soften a bit, to relax, to really allow my best version of me to come to me. I've been very action orientated my entire life. Doing. And like I shared in the last video, I've gotten really good at doing things that feel like my utmost, highest excitement, but maybe they're slightly frenetic. And yes, we always align them with different things to look at, different lessons, right? Beliefs that don't really serve us. But I've been really aiming to be as clear and as grounded and as centered and stable as possible. And I really like allowing myself to be fully in the moment, right? To not freak out either way. To know that in whatever given moment, if I don't know, that's something that I know, that I don't know. So when I made the video last week, I was teetering towards more so knowing that I would go, but was allowing myself also the space to choose and to know that, okay, well, I can wake up Sunday morning. My flight was supposed to be Sunday afternoon. And I was giving myself the freedom to wake up and be like, all right, what do you want to do? What's actually the highest excitement, truly? And I woke up and immediately I tuned into the moon and where the moon phases out and the full moon. And my beliefs about the moon kind of wax and wane. That may be another video, but what I do feel that it provides us is a sense of archetype and a sense of story that does mirror things that are going on in our collective creation, in our unique individual creation. And sometimes the different stories and archetypes that are offered through astrology is relevant for us. And immediately I was like, the moon! What's the moon doing? Like right when I woke up. And I learned that it was a full moon in Virgo, really about looking at the finer details of things, that there was an opportunity for a complete reset and there always is in every single moment, right? Basically that it was kind of this kind of cool, kind of super moon, if you subscribe to that type of belief, and I'm just somewhere in the middle. But it was the first thing that I looked at, and it was the first thing that allowed me to really begin to feel that I might make a choice that was very different for me. And so I went about my morning still not knowing, right? Had breakfast, I did the dishes, whenever I leave my house, I do like to leave it very nice and clean and organized. So when I come home, it's just like super nice and cozy. I like things very clean and streamlined all the time. Really, like anytime I leave my house, like even when I go to work or whatever the situation is, I just love, so grateful for what I have, and I just love keeping it really nice and streamlined and beautiful. So I did that. I straightened up, my house, which I would have done either way. I went for a little walk around my house. Beautiful blue skies and just like warm and sunny. It's been raining for the last few weeks in Northern California, so just the day was so beautiful, and snow was due to come in Sedona, which would have been beautiful and amazing, but I've never driven in snow. And so that was making me nervous. I was tired too. Like there's this part of me that just really wanted to be able to relax and be with myself and get things in order, whatever it was. Like I didn't even know what the details were that were going to start to fall into place for myself, but to get things structured for the spring and the summer moving ahead. And then I realized it was way more terrifying for me not to go, to be in solitude, to be grounded, to be a bit calmer. It's kind of frightening for me. So it felt really good to experience that. It was also scary for me, brought up fear because I was like, oh, are my friends not going to understand? Even though my friends are completely conscious, amazing co-creators, and we are completely building this new paradigm, and of course they're going to understand. And if anything, they're going to respect and value me more for being able to be this introspective and this honest and this kind of courageous in this way. But I realized, ooh, how fun. Now I'm looking at all of like my childhood programming about different friendships and how they dissolved and all of this wonderful juicy stuff to look at and feel, right? Also, there was fear about me not going because then I knew that I would want to make this video. And I knew that I would almost be backtracking a little bit on what I talked about in my last video, and that brought up nervousness for me about being really authentic. But then I was excited because I was like, oh, that's a better belief to work through. Like I realized that there was far more that I was going to be learning by not going, and more that I could get put in place, different stepping stones that I could get in place for this long distance journey that we're on. And so sometimes what we think we want really isn't what we want, and what we think that is going to push us further isn't actually going to. And in this new phase, as we all really begin to ground into our DNA, to allow our best versions of ourselves to come to ourselves, there is a bit of softening and redefining of what our highest excitement needs to look like. And there's a beautiful balancing act that really can only be walked by the individual, to know what the individual needs. For my case, it's a little bit less action is more scary for me. And that's where I can align with the most benefits and lessons. And then for someone else, like they may need to push themselves a little bit more to go out and take and do, to take action. And only the individual can know that for themselves. But always there is the allowance of ourselves to be in the moment, to really choose, to slow down, to not need to make the decision until it is time to make that decision, and to be open to the unexpected. We know enough to know that the only thing that we can expect is the unexpected. And for me, this week, it was not going. It was not taking the journey. I have never done that in my life. I was like, this is nuts. She always goes. Gita always goes. Like, what is the version of her that doesn't go? Whoa. So allow yourself to surprise yourself. And yeah, we are all redefining and pushing ourselves in our own way. So, is there anything else I want to say? No. Stay in the moment and know that we're always connected, we're always being guided, and that our higher self is after us. Our best version is after us. It is coming to get us no matter what. And just relaxing and allowing. And taking the time to find, again, there is more that I want to say. Yeah. Taking the time to find like the vacation, the staycation, the gratitude in your life where we are. Finding that internal vortex, right? Finding the connections that we have with our friends and our soul family, regardless of where we are located in the world. That's why I'm sitting in front of my little studio today, because it's beautiful, real puffy clouds and little palm trees, and I'm just so thankful to live where I do. And it was this whole kind of like Wizard of Oz moment for me too, in a way that like you always have the power, and if it was never in your own backyard, it was never yours to begin with. So that was a beautiful lesson that I took from this staycation as well. Really finding that inner vortex and getting ready to truly enact this new phase, whatever it may be. But there's something bubbling, there's change afoot, there's wonderful potential and possibility that I feel bubbling for this spring and summer. So yeah. Yeah, that feels good. So thank you all so much, those of you who subscribed this week. I sincerely appreciate it. And thank you so much to those of you who continue to support my journey thus far. And if you are new to my channel, remember to like, subscribe if you like, and hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding. We'll see if that picks up. Our minds may be different, our bodies may be different, but it is through our hearts that we know our spirits are one. Aloha!